Okay guys, this was another total impulse buy. And you know what? I never even thought I would buy this style of bag because I'm not even really an Hermes Birkin kind of girl. But what I have for you today is my affordable luxury alternative, and yes, it's still a luxury brand, for the Hermes Birkin at such a more reasonable price point. And it is Mother's Day today. I'm not even a mum, but I got myself a present anyway. But I am a dog mum, so maybe that counts. And I'm going to go through with you everything, the bag overview, what fits, mod shots, the dimensions, the whole kit and caboodle. And before we get started, I want you to guess what luxury brand this is from and put it in the comment section. So let's get into it. Okay guys, you can kind of see what color this is. 1, 2, 3. Okay guys, so this is been folded. It's a bit squashed, which is a bit of a shame because I have this crease here now. Okay guys, so here is the brand it's from. So Bally or Bally of Switzerland. So let's do an overview of this bag. Okay, I just shoved all that bubble wrap back in there. So let's take an overview of the bag. So this is the vintage Bally of Switzerland Birkin style, Birkin-like bag. So you can see it has a lot of features very similar to the Birkin. So it has this shape, a set of 2 rolled top handles, a set of sangles, and a turret. Now, is this functional? Yes, that is functional. And it has these metal hooks here, just like a Birkin does. And then you can take that out and you can stretch out the bag if you want. So that's the front. So you can see why it is a really good Birkin dupe just already from the front. Here it is from the sides. So you can see I've got this crease here from the way they folded it in shipping. So hopefully I can stuff it and get the shape back out. Here it is from the back. Loving having a full length back pocket, something that the Birkin does not offer. Love that. Here's the other side. So you can see here a zip. And we'll get to the top in a minute. So we've already got a top zip. And what I love about luxury bags with top zips is they often have a clip, like when the zip hangs over, they often have a button snap closure so you can lock the zip in place so it doesn't flap about. And here it is from the bottom, and it has feet, loving feet. Now, one thing I want to point out is this is not leather. I think this is some sort of PVC type of coated canvasy thing, but that's all little bees. It's all little bees imprinted into this plastic or canvas, whatever you call this material, but it's not leather. So that's really nice attention to detail. So that's all little bees there. Now, if we get to the top, it actually has a top zip. So I'm going to take the stuffing back out. So that's another thing that I love about this bag as opposed to the Birkin, which is a full flap. You can just zip and unzip this bag, and it's a full length zipper. So it's really easy to open and close. This zipper is really nice and smooth. And again, I said that have a snap button here just to lock that zip in place so it doesn't flap about. Okay, so let's take a look at the interior. So this is what the interior looks like. So one large main compartment plus an internal zippered pocket here. And you can see the branding there, a gold plaque that says Bally or Bally, however you want to pronounce it. Now, I'm not entirely sure if the interior, if this is leather or PVC. Inside the internal zipper pocket, this is just a textile lining, so definitely not leather in here. The lining in the back pocket is the same material that's the lining in the interior main compartment. And I can't exactly tell by the smell as well. I'm hoping it's leather, but it might be PVC. I'm not entirely certain. If anyone has a similar bag or like a bag from this particular line of vintage Bally or Bally, can you let me know if you think that the trim is leather or PVC? I know this black part is not leather, but if this brown part is leather, let me know in the comment section. It could be either PVC or leather. I'm not exactly sure. I love that it has the branding Bally on the hardware there. And there also. And look what I've got, a strap. So that's another thing that the Birkin doesn't come with. I really love the clasp. This is actually quite reminiscent of the shape of the Hermes clasp as well. And so there's one hook here and then another hook on the other side. So it's at the opposite ends on the front and the back. And there it is. It's not adjustable. It is removable, but not adjustable. Okay guys, so let's do some mod shots of this. I'm really excited. Okay, so here's some handheld mod shots. So very comfortable on the crook of the arm. It has a decent handle length. I don't know what the handle length of the Birkin 30 is because that's the most comparable to this. But this one has a really decent handle length for crook of the arm. Or if I wanted to do handheld, I could too. Very comfortable. It is a rolled handle, so it's not going to dig. Okay, so I'm not a handheld girl, so I'm unlikely to actually wear it like this. This is where I come in with the shoulder strap. Now I'm going to put my height and weight here just for reference. So this strap is not adjustable, but for shoulder length, for my height, and I'm a shorty, this is pretty good. Now I don't typically wear my bags on the shoulder, and just for the purposes of this mod shot, I do have the bag full at the moment because when you go out, you don't have the bag empty. Okay, that's what it looks like on the shoulder. So I think it looks pretty good. Very suitable for my height, but because I'm short, then it might sit differently on someone else. Now, crossbody is where I thrive. Okay, so here it is crossbody. So this handle is a good distance from my boob at the moment. So it's not right up here at my boob, which I don't like. So I think this is a good distance. And then I'd be having it on the side like this. So I think this strap length is actually really good for me. So this is my type of Birkin, one that you can crossbody. So let me know what you think about these mod shots. Does this look like the type of bag you would like for yourself? Now, if you didn't want to show this side of the bag, let's see how it would look if we did it backwards. So now it just looks like a discreet nothing bag. So I do have the Tourette kind of poking me there, but if you wanted to show absolutely nothing, then it just looks like a regular schmegular bag. So if you're worried about safety, etc., you still have a very nice bag, just looking regular schmegular. No one would pay any attention to you at all. There you go on the shoulder, very discreet looking. And you would have the bag zipped up for safety anyway if you're on public transport or out and about and you're worried about people sticking their hands in your bag. Really nice, easy access. Okay guys, so I want to tell you the reasons why I bought this bag. Because as I said in the beginning, I am not a Birkin girl. The Birkin is a handheld only bag. It's a little bit cumbersome to open and close because the top closure is a flap you have to put over. And so for those main reasons, it was never on my radar. And the very first main reason is it's just a handheld bag. And so it's a bag that I've always admired looking at, but never had on my wish list to buy. But when I was browsing vintage Bally bags, because you guys know I am totally obsessed with vintage Bally at the moment. And you guys know I've been collecting so many of the vintage Bally Kelly style bags. Last year, you guys saw me unbox this mini Kelly with the long shoulder strap. Then you saw me unbox this one. Then you guys saw me unbox this one, which is not a Kelly style bag, but I love their pebbled leather. Then you guys saw me unbox this vintage travel clutch with the amazing organization tabs. Loved that. Then you guys saw me unbox this bi-color vintage return style Bally Kelly. So you guys know I've been Bally obsessed. So when I saw this bag that looked really Birkin-esque, but it had all the features that were missing for me from the Birkin, such as a shoulder strap, easy access for opening and closing, plus the added bonus of a full-length back pocket, and just the easy, no fuss, no muss PVC material, potentially PVC material here. Gold hardware. You guys know I love gold hardware. I just had to get it. Look how the corners are still so intact. And who doesn't love a bag with feet on the bottom? I definitely love a bag with feet on the bottom. And look how gold the hardware is. This is a great underrated brand to just look into and explore, because a lot of people do not talk about this brand, do not buy this brand, do not unbox this brand, but a lot of their vintage bags are really great quality. And best of all was the price. So we all know Hermes Birkin, like we're talking tens of thousands of dollars. That is definitely not in my budget. I'm not a tens of thousands of dollars kind of girl. However, the price of this, now it was listed on eBay as a buy it now product. So it's vintage, it's secondhand, it's used, it's not brand new, it's over 20 years old. So this was going for $300 US. So that does include shipping, but we always have to add an extra 10% tax in Australia called GST. And so I sent in a best offer because they had a best offer button there. And then they countered offered $210 US. So from 300 down to 210. So I thought that's nearly $100 off US. That's $90 US off. So I thought, okay, you know what? I'm going to accept this offer. So the 210, and then I had to add in like another $21 for the 10% GST. So that worked out to be about $230 US altogether. So that's roughly, according to today's conversion, about 350 Australian dollars. So I thought that was a reasonable price for a grade A vintage. Yes, it's used. Yes, it's old, but it's still in really good condition. Now let's look at the dimensions of this bag. So the bottom is about 11.5 inches. It's like 29.5 centimeters. So like close to a Birkin 30. The width is about 5.5 inches, which is close to about 14 centimeters. Now for the height, I'll show you the height to the zipper and then to the top of the bag. So the height to the zipper is about 8 inches, about 20 centimeters. But to the top of the bag, it's about 8.75 inches, or about 22 centimeters. So there is a little bit of extra height difference between where the zipper stops and then where the bag actually stops. So if you have something a bit taller, you can still shove it in there without zipping it up. So let's see how much the bag actually weighs by itself. Okay, so let's put this on the scale. I think this is actually a baby scale. So this is in kilos. We use the metric system in Australia. That's 780 grams. So 780 grams is with the bag empty with the strap on. So I think that's pretty good. So only 3/4 of a kilo for a completely empty bag, meaning I'm not wasting my energy carrying the bag and having to put more things in there. Oh, 0.79. Still. 0.79, 790 grams. Oh, it's 0.78 again. You get the gist. Now let's see what we can fit in this bag. So I'm guessing the capacity is going to be roughly similar to a Birkin 30. Here's my travel clutch. This is about 8.75 inches or 22 centimeters long. So I can either stand that up and have that poking out above the zipper, or I can have it laying down. I have a cardigan here from Uniqlo, bottle of water. This is empty, but you get the gist. Oh, I could even just stand that up. Headphones, 4 headphones. Now this is probably even stuff that you could put into a pouch for organization. So lip balm, pen, and tissue. Now the bag is starting to get a bit heavy because I have quite a few things in here, but I could still fit a little more. Let's pretend these reading glasses are sunglasses, or you might have a spare pair of reading glasses. This is already kind of heavy, but there's still a bit of room in here, so it can fit heaps. Now I did have to loosen the sangles to make more room, but it's nearly a 30 centimeter size bag, so you're going to be able to fit like a ton in here, like the kitchen sink. If you're a kitchen sink kind of girl. I haven't even used the back pocket yet. What do I want to put in here? Another phone. So my phone is about 15 centimeters. So it can just fit standing up. This is a small phone, but laying down, no problem. Then if I want to shove more things at the back, like more lip gloss, whatever, that's fine. So this can fit heaps. So it's kind of good that it's not made of leather because the PVC is quite light. You can put more things in there because the bag itself is not weighing me down, but rather just my items is actually weighing me down. So guys, what I'm thinking of doing is following this up with a Birkin's alternative video. So an affordable luxury Birkin's alternative video where I give you like 5 different brands that have vintage Birkin alternatives at a much more reasonable price. Let me know if that's the type of video you'd like to see in the comment section down below. So guys, so let me know what you think. Do you think I paid a good price for this old vintage used bag? Like remember, it's over 20 years old. It's not brand new. And also it's not leather. It's a PVC bag. So let me know if this is the type of bag you'd be interested in adding to your collection. Like I said, I never even thought I'd buy this style of bag because I am not a Birkin girl. I am more of a Kelly girl, but that's because the Birkin didn't have the features that I like a crossbody strap, which is the most important. But now that I've found a Birkin with a strap. I'm like, oh, that is a total game changer. Now, if you guys haven't already seen my latest vintage Louis Vuitton unboxing, I'm going to leave that here. And if you guys haven't seen my video about the best vintage Louis Vuitton alternatives to Louis Vuitton's hottest bags in 2025, I'm going to leave that video here.